Please be seated. So this morning we celebrate All Saints' Day, a time to remember the great cloud of witnesses who came before us, whose stories that we've learned our faith from. Some of us might say we have our own favorite saint, but others might wonder, what exactly is a saint, and why should I care? Isn't it just a churchy thing? Because at one end, we might use the word as a punchline to a joke. Oh, so-and-so is really a saint for being married to their spouse. On the other hand, we might picture a mighty figure from the past, maybe a martyr who's done great things for God. They feel larger than life and almost untouchable. These are the two images we tend to hold, the sarcastic compliment and the historical figure. Neither of them is very helpful. There's another way to look at this, one that speaks to ordinary lives like ours. In the Bible, the word saint, holy one, is a standard word for all believers, or we might be familiar with a term also, the communion of saints. You might hear that in our liturgy. If that's the case, it levels the playing field for us. Saints become relatable people who are exhausted, running late, filled with doubts, grief, and maybe too many bills. They have messy homes, complicated lives. They have bad habits. They're people just like us. Thanks be to God. To me, that's the good news of the day. We are saints by grace, not by anything we've done. We are saints because God has chosen to call us saints. At Jesus' baptism, God blessed Jesus with the same blessing that he's given to us. You are my child, I love you, with you I'm well pleased. Our sainthood follows us in our good moments and in our bad. It grounds our choices on our best days, and it helps to lift us up on our not so good days. We are saints because God has made us so. We're reminded of this every time we witness a baptism, when we repeat our own vows saying, I belong to God, at least with God's help. Maybe we're reminded most of our sainthood when we pull together to help others. Sociologists have a name for it. My favorite one is called disaster utopia, where people act out of their best when they are faced with a natural disaster. They pull together. That type of selflessness is found on our good days. But what about the days that we can't count as our good days, when we're too tired or overwhelmed or discouraged, and you feel far away from being saintly? The truth is, God has always called tired people, exhausted but still acting in faith. Consider the story of Hannah. She's aching for a son, and she prays at the entrance of the temple for so long that she has no words, only the silent movements of her lips. Or maybe Anna, at the presentation of the infant Jesus, the first woman to publicly proclaim Jesus as the Messiah. This was towards the end of her 84-year ministry in the temple, where she worshiped, fasted, and prayed day and night. Or Jesus, asleep on a fishing boat during a violent storm on the Sea of Galilee. God didn't need to wait for them to become strong, but met them in their weakness. We don't have to be perfect. God works with exhausted saints. So if we can get comfortable with that idea, that we're all individual saints, how do we fit into this concept of the communion of saints? I think what it means is that the ones that we're called to serve may be just as tired, or maybe even more tired than we are. Some are devastated from layoffs. Some are raw with grief. Some don't have a place to sleep. Some don't know where they're going to get their next meal. Most keep a smile on their face, but they may cry when no one else is watching. Being a saint isn't about looking impressive, strong, or spiritually put together. It's about loving others out of the grace that we stand on, so that tired people can love tired people, lonely people love lonely people, and broken people bless broken people. What real saints do is say in the face of all the blessings we're asked to share, I will with God's help. Just showing up where Jesus is already standing. And Jesus tells us exactly where that is. And that space is in the Beatitudes, where God is pouring out blessings. Blessed are you who are poor. Blessed are you who hunger. Blessed are you who weep. Blessed are you who are excluded. In the communion of saints, the call isn't to perfection. It's not to have it all together, because these blessings and the woes that we heard this morning can be used to describe the peaks and valleys of all of our lives. Some days we are the hungry, some days we are the full. Some days we are the grieving, some days we're the laughing. Some days we need comforting, and some days we need waking. This is the paradox of sainthood. We are both broken and blessed. Many of us sitting here may not be facing physical hunger, but we live alongside people who are. It's November, and food share benefits have been frozen for people in need. And even when our bodies are fed, many of us still carry another hunger with us. Maybe you call it spiritual hunger, or emotional exhaustion, strained relationships, or sadness. And it's precisely into these real places that Jesus still speaks blessings. Blessed are you. Blessed are you in doubt. Blessed are you in fear. Blessed are you in fatigue, in your self-criticism, when you're overwhelmed. Blessed are you in your attempts and your failures, and in your trying again. And that's where real sainthood is a relief, not a punchline to a joke or a historical figure. It's following Jesus into real lives, into our messy, complicated lives, so that blessings can be shown where life feels heavy. We are saints by grace, love, and our baptism. So happy All Saints Day, everyone. Now go out there and love and be loved. Amen.